What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including, is a top WWE star leaving, a wrestling legend on the verge of retiring, Nick Khan has been called out, Roman Reigns not returning to WWE until WWE Talent Unhappy, is a corporate war coming to WWE, congratulations to Corey Graves and Carmella, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at a top WWE star leaving. Now our top story today takes a look at the latest WWE star to land a major movie role, and it's none other than former WWE champion Drew McIntyre. According to PW Insider Elite, Liv Morgan isn't the only name to land a movie role recently, as McIntyre is lined up for a key role, and he could be the next talent to break into larger roles on movies and television shows. All signs point to Drew McIntyre. For months we've heard that McIntyre, also rep by Paradigm and recently announced as a new face of Project Rock, is lined up for a major film role. He may very well be the next WWE talent to break into large-scale film or television work. Naturally, this would mean that McIntyre would need to take a step back from WWE and either take on a part-time schedule or leave altogether. McIntyre only recently re-signed with the promotion, and it was claimed that his contract was for 3 years. This would therefore mean that McIntyre's contract would expire in 2027. With that being said, WWE are evidently willing to allow talent to explore other ventures such as acting projects, so it's likely that their new contracts have clauses attached related to these wider projects. Next up, Liv Morgan, the next it girl in Hollywood. Now, as we covered yesterday, Liv Morgan is now set to star in a major Hollywood motion picture. There was rampant speculation on social media yesterday that Morgan is joining the MCU, that being the Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, these rumors have since been debunked. Whilst Morgan isn't joining the popular cinematic universe, she is set to feature in a prestigious project, and the project could cement Morgan as the next it girl in Hollywood. PW Insider Elite added, Morgan is not involved in the Avengers Doomsday, which began filming this week. In fact, sources within Hollywood have confirmed to us that the project is not a superhero film, but rather a major dramatic role. One source described Liv landing this role as one of the most impressive gets imaginable, and noted that when the studio involved is revealed, along with the caliber of the talent both on screen and behind the scenes, it'll be clear just how prestigious the project is. Another contact described it as the kind of opportunity that could cement Morgan as the next it girl in Hollywood if she and the project hit as internally projected. This is a huge W for Morgan, and hopefully the movie project is a massive success for her. Next up, a wrestling legend on the verge of retiring. Now, Adam Copeland, aka Edge, had a tremendous career. Now he's seriously considering winding things down and fully retiring. The WWE Hall of Famer recently spoke to First Up, and Copeland stated that his current contract will likely be his final active contract in pro wrestling. Not much longer. The schedule is far better than what it used to be. If you ask me to try and pull off over 200 days a year that I pulled before, there's absolutely no way because the recovery takes too long now. I'll have a match and it'll take me a good week to start walking normally. I'm 51 years old. I figure I have until maybe 53, the end of this contract, and then it's probably time to call it a day and get out while I can still limp away. At one time it looked like the Rated R superstar was never going to wrestle again, so the fact that fans managed to get an additional 7 years out of the wrestling legend is a huge triumph. Next up, there is no third man. The new WWE stable featuring Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman and Bron Breakker is taking over on Raw. According to Fightful Select, the aim of the stable isn't to draw comparisons to Evolution or even the Dangerous Alliance. The aim is to create something new and set a template for future stables. We're told that it isn't intended to draw any comparisons. One WWE source near the creator of the situation told us they watched the Fightful Raw review and echoed the sentiment that the stable should become one that other stables in the future get compared to, as opposed to following a previous template. Additionally, it was noted by Fightful Select that as things stand, no other members are set to be added to the group. This comes as a surprise, as since the Raw after Mania, fans have been fantasy booking additional members of the faction. If they ever did add a third guy, who would it be? Next up, Smackdown going back to 2 hours. Now, at long last, it looks like Smackdown is finally going back to a 2-hour format. According to Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Live, the 3-hour format is set to come to an end in late May. I've asked around and no one has gotten back to me, but I was told months ago that it's essentially the end of May when it's going to happen, so it's going to be one of those weeks right around then. So we got about, I guess, a little over a month of Smackdowns before they go back to 2 hours. On paper, the idea of Smackdown being a 3-hour presentation is a strong concept. It should allow more talent to get on the show, and it should allow WWE to produce longer matches and tell extended stories. Unfortunately, that hasn't been the case. The 3-hour format has been met with overwhelmingly negative reviews from fans, and hardly any talent have benefited from the additional hour. Next up, Rusev set for a major push. A former WWE US Champion Rusev could be set for a significant push in WWE, as according to PW Insider Elite, Rusev's recent return has been met with overwhelmingly positive feedback backstage. It's also been reported that many within WWE are eager to work with him. This is a great sign, and hopefully it leads to some fantastic matches and angles in 2025. Next up, WWE dropped the latest event poster. Now, Triple H took to X yesterday to drop the latest poster for the next Saturday night's main event special. The poster features John Cena, and half of the poster is in color, whilst the majority of the other side is in black and white. Really has the same vibe as a Spider-Man 3 poster, doesn't it? The show is set for May 24th, and currently the reigning WWE Champion is the only name confirmed for the show. Next up, Nick Khan has been called out. And Nick Khan previously said that WWE simply doesn't sign talent and then bench them. Bench them, of course, meaning sitting them on the sidelines with nothing for them to do. But Khan has been called out for these comments since Dakota Kai took to X to confirm that she isn't injured and wants to wrestle. Kai last wrestled back at a main event taping in March, but has made appearances alongside Io Sky on Raw. Next up, Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff's Lackluster reveal. Now, Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff took to X recently and revealed a new project regarding wrestling. The video was similar to the old days in WCW, giving an NWO style of vignette. They also announced that there will be a third man, and they're going to be back and better than ever. While some had thoughts that it would be Vince McMahon relating to whatever project that he's working on, the third man reveal turned out to be a little lackluster, as it was revealed to be Israel Izzy Martinez, an amateur wrestling coach of Izzy Style Wrestling. They also revealed the launch of Real American Freestyle. Our responses to the reveal weren't exactly positive, as many commented with the Conor McGregor gif saying, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Next up, a WWE title change kept top secret. Now, it's common in WWE for a lot of the talent to be aware in advance if a title change is going to occur on the show. However, when it came to Zelina Vega winning the Women's US title on Smackdown this week, it came as a shock to many backstage, and WWE kept it top secret. A lot of people within WWE were legitimately surprised when Zelina Vega won the United States Women's Championship this past Friday. PWInsiderElite.com can confirm. We're hearing that the title switch was kept pretty quiet, and most talent watching backstage had no idea that the title was being flipped until the 3 count. Now, it's unclear why exactly WWE kept this information top secret, but it's entirely possible that they wanted to capture authentic reactions backstage for the purpose of digital content or even a future documentary. Next up, Roman Reigns not returning to WWE until, well, despite rumors that Roman Reigns could have a match at Backlash next weekend, a new report from WrestleVote states that Reigns won't be back on WWE television until early June. This could mean that Reigns could be available for the Money in the Bank event and, of course, SummerSlam. Reigns' part-time schedule isn't anything new, but a lot of fans will inevitably be disappointed that Reigns will be absent until the summer months. Next up is a corporate war coming to WWE. Could WWE be about to turn the supposed real-life issues between Triple H and The Rock into a storyline? One name who thinks so is JBL, who on his podcast recently stated that if WWE were smart, they would turn the obvious heat between the two into a TV story to culminate at Survivor Series. When it's the easiest time to work people is when you're shooting with them, because they also feel like you're letting them in on the inside. Then you say something that just like, "Hey man, we got the inside." They don't really like each other, and all of a sudden, this is going to end up in the corporate war that culminates maybe at Survivor Series or something. Whilst this is a bold and somewhat exciting idea, this would involve The Rock committing to showing up for more than one random appearance. It would also mean that Triple H needs to become an active member of the show again, and due to his various other commitments backstage, it's likely that he would have no interest in pursuing this idea. Next up, WWE Talent Unhappy. It was reported last week that some talent, particularly veterans in the locker room, weren't happy with the content of the WWE Unreal series. The show takes an inside look at the WWE creative process and in turn will completely shatter kayfabe. WWE's move towards a more reality-based product is continuing, and there appears to be no signs that they have any interest in maintaining kayfabe in any capacity. One of the more interesting elements of the initial trailer for the show featured a whiteboard featuring planned WrestleMania matches. But according to a new report from Fightful Select, one source said talent were left blindsided, as a lot of the names featured on the whiteboard weren't even on the show. Additionally, there was a lot of talk backstage about Asuka as she was listed for a featured match on the show. The former women's champion continues to be out with an injury, and sources said her being penciled in was quote-unquote very ambitious, based on her recovery time. The WWE are playing a dangerous game with this series, and it's a terrible look for the company if talent themselves are finding out personal backstage info based on a tell-all documentary. And finally, congrats to Corey Graves and Carmella. Our final story today shares some exciting news for Corey Graves and Carmella. WWE's Graves and former WWE star Carmella announced yesterday that they're expecting their second child. This news was announced via Instagram, and numerous WWE talent past and present were quick to post their congratulatory messages. We're also extending our happiest congratulations to the couple. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.